Hello guys and girls and welcome to War Thunder with Screezilla. Today we are taking out the Grumman XF5F Skyrocket. Now this is a reward plane that you can get at the moment. There's only a couple of days left for it. I'll leave a link in the comments below. Let's take her out. Now the XF5F is an interesting plane. It's a prototype. One of them was built, only the one of them though. It's a rather interesting plane, to say the least. It's not exactly pretty. Depending on your ideas of pretty. It's got an interesting design, to say the least. Now this was actually a carrier-based aircraft, and it was designed to be ultra lightweight and basically a super speedy little carrier fighter. And that was the design purpose for it. The model number G34 was its model number, but the proper full title was the XF5F Skyrocket, made by Grumman. Has twin... where am I? Twin R1820 engines, giving it 1,200 horsepower in each engine. It also only has a weight of 10,000 pounds for the maximum takeoff weight. This is a very light, very small, very manoeuvrable aircraft. Now this is my first game in it, so we will see how we're doing, and I'm also playing live just to add to the problems here. Now, as you see, you have a twin 50 cal, and you've also got twin Brownings on the plane. Central mass. Now, originally it was going to have a 23mm cannon on board, but these were changed for the lower caliber guns. One interesting part of this plane is the propellers spin in different ways. Now it's a little bit hard to see when we're flying, but you can sort of see it as we slow down a little bit here. You can see them spinning in opposite directions, and this was to counteract the torque effect that you will get with twin engines, or even a single engine, which will mean when you take off, one side will pull more than the other. Now, only one plane was built. In 1940 was its first flight. And it went okay. Test pilot Connie Converse indicated that the flying qualities for the XF5F1 were good overall. The counter-rotating props were a nice feature, virtually eliminating the torque effect on takeoff. Single engine performance was good, rudder force tended to be high in a single engine configuration, spin recovery was positive, but elevator force required for recovery was unusually high. All acrobatics were performed easily, and of course forward visibility was excellent. And as you can see here, if we jump to the cockpit view, you've got fantastic visibility in this thing. Huge amounts of visibility in here. It's a massive cockpit. Of course that does leave you pretty open to enemy fire. Now, the plane was actually tested against all the Allied planes at the time, including the Spitfire, and it proved to be rather good at it. It was relatively good in one-on-one combat. But it just didn't catch on well enough. It was a bit too different. It also was plagued with various problems with the landing gear, and that was one of the biggest issues with the plane. They generally had to belly land it most of the time to get it working, well, to get it landed, which is problematic, as you can imagine. Now we've got an HE-111 up front, coming in head-on by the looks of it. Now we are a little bit low still. Hopefully we can gain a little bit of altitude on it. Now I've not seen any fighters. yet. Now we're going to come up a little bit short here, but we'll try and get a few shots off. There we go, we've got a good hit on the engine there, that's some good news. Turn? It's not a bad little turner actually. And it looks like the 111 is going down. Beautiful. Okay, that is one less Jerry to worry about today. Now we'll put the engines down because they are overheating a bit. This plane is not great on cooling efficiency. Being a prototype, that's normal really. One of the big reasons for this being scrapped as well was the twin engine configuration. The Bureau for the Navy wanted a single engine configuration for, well, cost efficiency. So the Grumman Wildcat was greenlit instead of this plane, which was really a shame because it's, from all accounts, it doesn't seem like a terrible plane. This is a terrible idea though. Get the hell out of here. I do not want to be fighting a BV close range, but we survived. We survived an attack on it, so that was good. Now let's try and get from underneath this German sky whale. Oh, shit, I'm gonna get out of there again. No, and we're on fire. It does not look like they're going to go out. So the BV has gotten another target. Ah, goddamn BVs. They're such a pain in the arse to deal with. I was playing a little risky there, but it's just... Fire in this game is so unreliable, honestly. You'll set somebody on fire, and they'll be fine. You get set on fire, and you're instantly dead. Anyway. We'll end it there. I don't actually know what happened to the prototype. Just having a quick read through, seeing if we can find out, but no, not sure what happened to the prototype. I don't think it made it through, unfortunately, so that's a shame. The plane is an okay plane, in all honesty, in game. As I say, this is my first play in it. From what I can feel, it feels decent. It doesn't feel like a terrible plane. It's a rather interesting one at all that. It's an interesting one for collectors though, and that's the main thing. It's something that I'll definitely give a bit of a whirl in the future, and I'll do another video on it once I've taken a little bit more time getting used to its configuration and flying abilities. And I'll try and avoid BVs in the future. But let's have a little quick look at it in the hangar. So it's got a top speed of 390 miles per hour, which is very good for a 3.3 battle rating. It's not slow, it feels good, and it's very manoeuvrable, and it is tiny. That's the big thing. If we look at the Mustang, next to the XF5F, you can see it's a very small plane. It is a bit dorky looking, but it sort of comes... It makes it look more interesting. You have got a bit of armour. You've got the front plate and the rear plate, so there is a bit of survivability in this. The fuel tanks, as we saw, were in line with the wings there and are not self-sealing by the looks of it. The engines, you've got 2,400 horsepower, so plenty of horsepower in there for giving it a good tow. Of course, it comes as a premium plane, so no need to worry about unlocking everything. Usual belts in there for the plane. But yeah, it's a very interesting little plane. To unlock it, you need to do the special event through the War Thunder website. And basically you need to kill 50 enemy planes. You need to score 1,947 points in 5 games, or 4 games, and you need to get 5 victories with at least 60% time spent in the mission. You need to activate it on the War Thunder website, so it doesn't automatically activate this one, and you must fly American planes of rank 3 or higher to unlock it. It ends on September the 22nd at midnight GMT, but please look in the link below and you'll find the link for it. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.